Welcome to the William Sutton Prize Regenerative Places Applicant webinar. My name is Melanie, and I am the Program Development Manager here at Clarion Futures. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about the William Sutton Prize, about this category, about this specific year and theme, and hopefully to clarify some questions or concerns that you may have. So just to let you know, all cameras and all microphones are disabled, so please do not worry, nothing's wrong. I also wanted to clarify that we do have a second category called Connected Communities, and we had the webinar for that category earlier today. And a recording will be available and uploaded into our website. So if you are in the incorrect category, do not panic. You will have the information that you need available to you later today when it will be uploaded to our website. So if you're here for the William Sutton Prize Sustainability category, then you are in the right place. Anyways, we will start now. I wanted to give you a little insight as to who's William Sutton and why is this prize named after him. So William Sutton was the original founder of Clarion, and the reason why we named this prize after him is because he has been a very, very revolutionary entrepreneur and philanthropist of his time. So the William Sutton Prize is the leading innovation award in social housing. We are really big in helping innovators, disruptors turn their ideas into real solutions and hopefully be able to tackle the sector's toughest challenges. So we empower people with great ideas to transform those ideas into tangible products, services, solutions, and interventions that create lasting benefits for the built environment and local communities. We're proud to work with individuals and organizations whose ideas could transform the way that social housing tackles sustainability and also improve social housing residents' well-being. We have an offer that goes beyond grant funding. So one of the things that we offer that has been deemed very important by former winners is our tailored package of business support. So when someone wins the William Sutton Prize and they receive their grant, they also receive access to a 12 to 14 month package of tailored business support, piloting opportunities, testing groups, consultancy, advice. I will discuss that in more detail later today, but I just wanted to let you know that that is also part of the offer. And since 2018, we have awarded a total of £235,000 to support game-changing projects that address the sector's most urgent issues. So I wanted to give you a little insight of who has won the prize before. So our last iteration of the prize was in 2023. And we had two winners. This is only one winner, even though it was submitted by two different organizations. This is also to let you know that you can actually partner with an organization to apply for the prize. And our 2023 winners were Building with Nature and the Green Partnership. And they won because they developed a framework to improve the delivery of environmental, social, and economic benefits. It's basically an green accreditation framework that we were able to help them scale. We were able to help them solidify over the last 14 months. And the project was aiming to create a set of comprehensive and standardized practices that can demonstrate what good looks like when it comes to managing and maintaining communities for the benefit of people and nature. So we had an amazing collaboration with them. We're still working with them, and it has been a fantastic experience to get to know them for 12 to 14 months after they won the prize. And yes, the future is bright, and we will be finalizing our project support for them very shortly and helping them scale the project even further beyond the scope of the prize. Our second winner for the 2023 prize was Bell Phillips Architects. They won their bid for £20,000 to scale and define their proposal for a new vernacular architecture. So their approach is to make buildings under 11 meters use timber frames with a low embodied carbon facade system that is made up of timber, hempcrete, and lime render cladding to reduce embodied carbon in construction and encourage the growth of timber and natural building products. So we have also nurtured a fantastic partnership with them beyond the prize after they won in 2023. And yes, we're excited to continue that collaboration. So to give you a little idea as to what the 2025 prize looks like. We have been hosting a prize for sustainability for the past few years. This is our 6th iteration of the prize. Nevertheless, in 2025, Clarion is celebrating the 125-year anniversary of the Legacy Pledge from William Sutton, who is the original founder and one of the innovators behind what social housing is today. And to really meet that celebration, we were presented with the opportunity to enhance the prize, to increase the prize pot, and to also host a new category. So the new category for this year is the Connected Communities prize, which is tackling resident well-being and looking for projects that can create more vibrant and connected communities. Nevertheless, this prize that we're discussing today is our existing prize, which is the William Sutton Prize for Sustainability. And in this specific prize, we're looking for projects that can contribute to the restoration and preservation of our natural world in the context of social housing. So, the theme for this year, as I mentioned before, is regenerative places. We're looking for projects that enrich nature, homes, and communities. We're looking for a diverse range of ideas. So no idea is too big or too small. We just need them to have potential for impact, for scalability and replication across the sector. I will discuss this more later in the presentation, but you can bid for any amount between £5,000 and £50,000. But as long as your idea or proposal is focused in contributing to the restoration and preservation of our natural world and having the positive impact that entails into residents and communities and their well-being. So the focus areas for this year's theme, we try to split them in 5 different areas. I can appreciate that they can be quite broad, so I will try to give as much detail as possible. Should you have any question on the subject matter or the theme of each of these areas, we have a Clarion specialist, our sustainability director, Miles, who will be able to answer any sort of subject-related questions at the very end. If you have a question, you can already submit it in your Q&A. But just to go through them, our first focus area is regenerative and climate resilient design. And this area seeks proposals that enhance community health and well-being while improving building longevity. So we're looking for ideas to ensure safety, stability, and health for residents, to improve living conditions, to increase the longevity of new and existing buildings, and to enhance community well-being. Some examples could include proposals on green construction, such as cutting-edge methods, materials, and approaches that go beyond net zero and restore nature. Or, for example, proposals for climate-resilient homes, ideas to construct and upgrade homes to withstand extreme weather, like heat stress, prioritizing nature-based solutions, and protecting vulnerable communities. Our second area of focus within this category is resource efficiency and carbon production. So here we're calling for proposals that cut utility bills, conserve resources, reduce waste and carbon emissions, and align with climate goals. So we're looking for ideas that can reduce utility bills and therefore contribute to financial sustainability for social housing residents. An example within this key area of focus could be a design to promote more water-efficient homes, proposals for infrastructure for effective water, sewage, and waste management, or ideas for bio-based and innovative materials using or recycling programs to reduce demolition, construction, and household waste. The possibilities are endless. Then, as a third area of focus, we have retrofitting and renewable energy. And here we're looking for proposals that enhance living conditions, that can lower residents' bills and can boost financial and environmental sustainability. We want to create healthier, more comfortable living environments. We want to reduce the bills, and we want to increase financial resilience for our residents. Examples are retrofit solutions that can help accelerate the sector's ability to retrofit existing homes at scale. or potentially innovative financial models, products, and services that can accelerate major retrofitting programs affordably at scale and cost efficiently. In fourth place, we have our biodiversity and nature recovery focus area. And here we're looking for proposals to boost biodiversity, to support pollinators, to create recreational green spaces that can enhance resident well-being, and to foster connections to nature. We're seeking ideas such as, for example, more diverse green spaces that can include, connections with native plantings and habitats for local wildlife corridors that can promote ecological connectivity within housing developments, or even new strategies, methods, and approaches for habitat restoration in construction and upgrade projects. Finally, we have our well-being and placemaking focus area, and in this area, we're looking for proposals that can drive climate-friendly choices and community initiatives to improve well-being through ideas driven by sustainability. So we're looking for ideas that can promote community well-being, better health outcomes, and increase involvement in decision-making from residents in the context of nature restoration and preservation. So an example within this area could be active travel proposals that can involve the use of non-fossil fuel transport options, such as infrastructure supporting electric vehicles and cycling. What is on offer for the William Sutton Prize? So winners can bid for up to £50,000 in grant funding, and this includes also a tailored package of business support. The business support is quite interesting because it can really be tailored to the winner's necessities and that of the evolving project. So, for example, we can offer things such as business planning and routes to market. We can give legal advice from our legal teams. We can help with commercial and procurement processes. We can help with health and safety. We can also assist with communications and marketing support. So kind of the wide range of Clarion resources would be available for the winner. We will also be offering one-to-one project support that is done by a selected group of Clarion stakeholders, some of which can be quite high profile, so it would be great for exposure as well as project support and management. We can provide business sponsor opportunities and shadowing opportunities. Furthermore, we can also support with research and testing because we can give research and evaluation guidance. We can provide access to user groups, and we can also provide access to sites for testing, validating, and piloting. Finally, another amazing benefit of the non-financial support offer is the fact that we facilitate invitations to networking events, and we would make the winners part of our alumni network, which is a very vibrant group of people who have won the prize before and who continuously collaborate with one another, also in the context of Clarion. So it would be fantastic to also capitalize on the energy, ideas, and networking of that specific group of people of the network. So in terms of eligibility, the prize is open to all different types of ideas and projects. They can come from design, technology, or they can be focused on community and business practices. They can be commercial models. They can come from any sector or any discipline as long as they meet and pursue the objectives of the theme. So we encourage applications from architects, designers, engineers, scientists, tech and social entrepreneurs, academics, construction contractors, social enterprises. We are open to both commercial organizations and non-for-profits. It is worth noting that we cannot accept applications from local authorities or governmental bodies because we focus on funding non-governmental organizations, be they charities or commercial. Applicants can also apply, but they would potentially have to partner with a registered organization because we cannot make payments to individual bank accounts. So they would have to be either partnering or they would have to be willing to register as an organization themselves or obtain support to receive the payment because we wouldn't be able to do that within this price. But there is no prior need to have social housing experience. The whole point of the prize is that we are encouraging innovation in many different shapes, some of which we are purposely being abstract about because we don't want to restrict the creativity of the proposals. And yes, we would suggest that ideas and innovations that are being submitted are at the earlier stages of development, but not at the very initial concept. And by this, we mean that we need to have a clear plan as to what is achievable within a specific time frame, which is 12 to 14 months, and with the amount that is being bid for, whether it is 5, 10, 15, 20, or 50K. So it would be very important for us to have, even if an applicant doesn't have experience executing the idea, or if the applicant has developed the idea to a very initial concept, we need to have a clear plan. And if you have had the chance to start an application already on FlexiGrant, which is our application management platform, you'll be able to see that it is a requirement that is kind of like reproduced across all the different questions. We need to have measurable outcomes within the specific project timeframe. So do let me know if you have any questions about the specific item. In terms of the application journey, the applications opened a bit over a month ago on the 15th of January, and they're due to close on the 8th of April, so there is still time. I wanted to give you a little overview of how the entire process looks like, just so that you can have a more clear understanding of the journey. On the 30th of May, we would let people who have been shortlisted know that they have made it to the next phase. The filtering process happens through the continuous assessment of selected assessment committees within Clarion. So it is composed by specialists across the house in different areas, not only sustainability, but we have people that have the commercial expertise, the development expertise, the construction expertise, and everyone makes sure to have an input into refining and selecting the shortlist. So shortlisted applicants are informed on the 30th of May. And then the process in which we select finalists from the shortlist consists on a series of matchmaking or virtual coffees interviews in which selected business sponsors at Clarion would meet with people who have made it to the shortlist and would have an informal 30-minute call with them to ask questions face to face and kind of give the process a little bit more humanity. And then Clarion business sponsors would then give feedback, and then based on that feedback, we will refine the shortlist to the finalist. And then in late June, finalists are invited to pitch to judges. So we have a defined panel date. So we have on the 10th of July a defined panel date with a group of high-profile judges that will be selecting the winners from the finalists. But projects that made it to the finalist stage would have support from us in refining their pitches. So we will be accompanying you into making sure that you're highlighting the right information, that you're prepared, that your materials are prepared. So we will be helping you get that ready. And then the day we have the finalist pitch, the judges will define who the winners are, but then the winners will only be announced at the awards ceremony, which happens in September. The date will be shared closer to the time. But that is kind of the timeline that we're working at the moment. The next steps are for the applications to close, and then shortlisted applicants will get informed on the 30th of May. Why apply? I mean, we all know, especially in the world of fundraising for projects, that applying for a grant or for a prize takes time. Why should you apply? I think that a great, if not the best benefit from applying would be becoming visible to Clarion stakeholders. Just by submitting an application, you're being exposed to a lot of different people across the group, which might eventually materialize in an opportunity. It is fantastic to get some sort of recognition and visibility through it. But if you were to win, you would also be receiving a tailored package of 12 to 14 months of experts' time, which I think is very worthwhile. Then we would also be able to offer you up to £50,000 to accelerate the development of your project, to help you with scaling it, to help you create materialized outputs that you need. And then shortlists or shortlisters, even if they don't make it to the finalists, already get recognized because we already spotlight everyone that makes the shortlist across Clarion. So you would already have your work being shown at Clarion offices and socializing to different Clarion stakeholders, which again could materialize in opportunities at some point, and it's definitely worthwhile pursuing. It is open to all. The prize accepts submissions from all sectors and disciplines, which is fantastic because we want to make sure that we don't restrict creativity, and we do understand that amazing ideas can come from places that you would never expect. So that's part of our philosophy. And it is simple to enter. So we have been very conscious into making the application process as straightforward as possible. So to maintain a certain standard, while at the same time to be able to be fair in the amount of time that people put to develop an application to the point of submission. So those are some benefits of offline. I hope I convinced you. And now it's time for questions. So if you have any questions, this is the time to submit them on the Q&A chat, and I will be reading them out loud and answering them to the best of my abilities. Should they be technical or outside of my area of expertise, I will be looping in my colleague Miles. All right, we received a question about whether the same application could be submitted for both categories. So as I mentioned before, we have a second category this year, which is the Connected Communities category. And the focus of both prize categories is very different. So one of them is being focused on creating spaces for more connected, more cohesive communities. And this specific category from the prize is focused on the preservation and restoration of our natural world in the context of social housing. So yes, the short answer is yes, you could submit the same application for both categories, but you will have to be very sure that it is relevant for both subject matters and that it could have the same amount of impact, because it will be reviewed initially by the same assessment squad, and I would make sure that I am applying. I'm very confident that it could serve both purposes. We also got a question about whether we can submit, where an applicant can submit more than one application per category, and that is a no. An applicant cannot submit more than one application per category. I would suggest, you submit a very high quality one, and you're also allowed to partner with other organizations. I got a question about on the submission documents. So on the submission documents, we are consciously keeping it broad because we want you to be able to submit any sort of imagery, planning, blueprints, decks. That is not supporting documentation is optional. It is highly encouraged, but I wouldn't be able to give you much detail because it would depend on the project, because the prompt and the scope of this area is so abstract that it would really very much depend on your specific project. What we do know is that as part of the application, you have basically a series of questions, and some of them involve you outlining cost lines, for example, which is a very basic budgeting tool. But beyond that, you will see that we've explained every single question to the best of our abilities and provided examples. So I would suggest just give it a go. And if you have any doubts about what sort of document is suitable for your specific case, do get in touch with William Sutton Price at clarionhg.com, and we'll be able to guide you through it. Can the funding support capital cost of the idea? I will need to understand this question better. I do apologize. By what do you mean by capital cost? If you want, we can explore that conversation outside of the webinar. I'm happy to continue that over email. Is there a particular form of the proposal? So thank you for that question. We do have an application form that is completely integrated into our online platform called FlexiGrant. So if you go into our website at Clarion Housing Group's website on Partner With Us, you'll find William Sutton Price, or you can just Google William Sutton Price and it will pop up. And you will see that if you go into the sustainability category, the regenerative places category, you'll see a button that says apply now. When you click, you will be taken into a landing page from another platform that is called Frexigrant. You will have to create an account, and then once you create an account, you have a pre-formatted online form with very well-defined steps and instructions where you can submit answers to all the questions required and potentially as well additional supporting documents should you need to. I hope that answers your question. Okay, I thank you for the follow-up information on the capital cost explanation. We have completed feasibility of opening new wellbeing facility, looking for ways to fund the build. Yeah, as long as you're able to integrate where is the innovation within the current project, I would suggest you submit an application because we are able to fund a project that has already been started and taken to a certain phase, especially if you have already completed the feasibility of opening this facility. So you will see that when you are filling the application, you can actually outline at which stage the project is. We are open to funding projects in all different stages, except projects that have been fully completed, in which case we cannot help you scale it unless that's part of the plan, or projects that are very, very, I wouldn't say underdeveloped, but in the very, very initial stage. I would suggest you to apply. And of course, should you have any more specific questions about how to answer the phase question on the application, as into what phase is your project in, we'll be able to help you. I hope that helps. Okay, well, I think that is it. Should you have any new questions, things that popped up when you were doing the application, do email us, williamsuttonprice@clarionhg.com. You all should have probably received an email from me, either from the William Sutton Price email or from me. My name is Melanie. Feel free to answer, feel free to send us a line, and we'll be able to assist you. If you have any accessibility requirements and you require a closer type of support, we'll be able to help you. My team is available, so do let us know. And I hope this was useful.